Howdy. My name is Derek William Sturm, and this is my book, Will of the Wisps. I am not a professional voice actor, but I am the author. Will of the Wisps is not yet published. It is a YA novel intended to be the first of a series. Please share and enjoy. Monday, October 29th. Chapter 79. 2 Flowers.
Mother and I returned to the home of her parents, which makes them my grandparents. Grandmother Victoria and grandfather Boniface. The she called Franky has considered grandfather's name to be strange, but I like it. It means destined to be fortunate. If I was so destined, I would, perhaps, no longer be afraid. I am very much afraid that the he called Reid's theory is correct, that the covenant is not real, that the entities Mother calls Wisps have no ordained purpose. I desire to project my fears as words into Mother, but I cannot. The covenant will not allow me to reveal its nature to humans, even the human which is my mother. Mother is lost in thoughts of her own. While I question the covenant, she questions the human concept of love. Mother, do you desire to trade me your love for the she called Franky? Then you...
No, that's not... No, thank you, 2 Flowers.
She is quick to answer, and firm in her refusal. Mother, will you tell me about God? She is sitting on a bench in the vegetation room with abundant windows. She will sit in this room on this bench for no more than a few minutes. I have seen this behavior before. She will remove her shoes here, drag them across the thick square of fibers for the purpose of removing soil from their undersides. And then she will stand and carry her shoes into a different area of the house. Another square that contains everyone's shoes. As she does this, I notice that there are fewer shoes in the square than the last time I projected near it. Instead, the 2 small creatures who live in my grandparents' house come to investigate and receive Mother's touch.
God is...
Mother begins, concentrating to select the correct arrangement of words. It is the same as in the mind of the he called Reid. Mother cannot talk about God without struggling over the truth or untruth of his existence.
God is the label people use to describe the creator of everything. People, the universe, and all the rules of the universe. But people most of all. The Bible says he created us in his own image.
Perhaps he only sees you in his image because that is what he expects to see, as when the he called Luke sees me and my kind how he expects to see us. Mother smiles at me. She knows to do this in her mind so that I know she loves me, but she does not love me as she loves the she called Franky. There are different kinds of love.
I don't think the Bible means how we look when it talks about being in his image. I think it means, or it's meant to mean, that we are different from plants and rocks and animals, that we have free will and can make good and bad choices.
And you know which ones are good and bad because of the tree. But the tree is bad?
Yeah, so that's just one of the stories. I'm not sure if you being able to read my mind makes it easier or harder to explain things to you. But I was thinking about that, yeah. In the stories, God got mad because people ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So he kicked us out of paradise and made it so we can die and suffer and stuff. Because he told us not to eat it.
The tree taught you the rules of what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But before you knew the rules, there was a rule to not know the rules. She laughs, aloud, for anyone, not just for me. The small vibrating creature she is touching flees.
It doesn't make much sense when you put it like that, but it's just one of the stories. The Bible is full of stories that don't make sense. My mom,
My grandmother,
yes, your grandmother, would tell me that some stories make sense to some people and some stories make sense to other people. And the whole point of there being so many stories was that God wanted to give as many people as possible, as many chances as possible to come to Him and know His love.
and some people know his love by learning how he punished them to die for a rule broken by other people.
It's probably not one of the better stories. Well, maybe it is. People know that life is pretty bad, and lots of people suffer and die, so, God probably thought it would be important to start out by explaining to them why it wasn't His fault that they suffered.
Because if it was his fault, then they would assume he enjoys their suffering.
Yeah, probably.
But you can. I struggle to find the precise words. If you desire to do so, you can break the rules,
Of course.
she answers.
And other stories say that God will forgive you if you break the rules, as long as you're truly sorry for breaking them and accept His love.
I am too frightened to break the rules,
Me too.
she starts.
Except, I guess I just did, didn't I?
Because God wants you to love him, and instead you love Franky.
No. I mean, yes, because of how I feel about Franky, but not because people can love lots of people and still love God. It's just that other stories say that girls aren't supposed to feel about girls the way I feel about Franky.
Can you not ignore the stories that assert the rules you would like to break? Mother considers this, moving into the food preparation area and pouring water from a low-temperature jug into a medium-temperature glass.
The truth is, a lot of people at my church do that, but I don't think they even know about the stories they're ignoring. No, that's wrong. It's more like the people around you decide, kind of as a group, which rules to ignore and which to follow.
Like when you vote about trades.
Yeah, but all the people at my church kind of voted not to ignore the rule about my feelings for Franky. And even before that, for a long time now, I guess I don't really believe in the stories anymore. Most of them, anyway.
But you are still afraid to not believe in them.
I guess I'm the same as you then.
Mother takes her drink to the device with a blinking light. I have seen this behavior before as well. The machine with the blinking light will recite voices that I cannot hear, but can understand only as Mother hears them. The people who spoke with these voices did so in the past, and did so knowing that their voices would be heard in the future. Mother's behavior is to listen to the voices and write a brief description of who they are and what is said on a piece of paper near the machine with the blinking light for this purpose. None of the voices are ever speaking to her, but only to her parents, my grandparents. This time, she does not press the button to summon the voices. This time, she picks up the paper and reads the words already written there.
Where is Eric?
She gasps. Mother's mind is such a jumble that I decide to avoid my normal concern for privacy and quickly inform her that he is inside a room on the higher floor of my grandparents' house and that he is safe. I do not tell her that he is thinking about Franky. She calms, and her thoughts stop moving so erratically. I am able to pick out the words that she read on the paper as well as her inferences. The words are these: Amber and Eric, you are to come immediately to the Hendersons. The inferences are these: Caleb has my grandparents.
Chapter 80. Caleb. My army grows. So does my knowledge of my enemies. I could send my new champions to their safe havens now, the Morettis, the Butlers, but I am capable of patience. Soon, my thrall tells me, they will have another satanic gathering. The thrall insists it's merely a game, but I remember a time when the good people of America were aware of the influence of demons and the methods they used to seduce the young, even if I was merely a boy myself at the time. Dungeons and Dragons. I shake my head at the stupidity of today's youth. Their next game will be their undoing.
You are Caleb Emerson. You desire to make a trade with this one. You will not call on others to deny you the satisfaction that this one can provide. You will not vote.
The demon has disguised its voice, making it deeper and less oriental. Infuriating. Cease your demands, demon. I will call on you when I need your services, as I always have. Its usual laughter echoes across the walls of my new base of operations. From here, across the road from the home of my first two thralls, they can watch for the return of the boy with the gun and his monster. Additionally, this home has sufficient bathrooms to accommodate my growing army. It has a freezer to accommodate more food for when the thralls collapse from hunger. My newest champion, the third I have created, no longer possesses the needs to eat, drink, urinate, or defecate. I had considered forcing them all to make such trades, but such...
Yes, you desire to force your puppets to make more trades. This one will provide better bargains than that one. This one is superior at trading. This one is superior at providing satisfaction.
I feel the heat on my neck and catch a few moments of stifled laughter. How it mocks me. Quiet, demon. Your deeds are treacherous and your words are not to be trusted. I will use you as I see fit, and I will destroy any others you taint with your devilry. Silence. Then the laughter returns. How I despise it. How I desire to end its existence. I crook my finger and my two newest thralls approach as I have ordered them all. Where are your children? The man, an African by heritage, merely shrugs, but the woman who lowered herself to procreate with him answers. My son will not notice the note. My daughter will come once she sees it. I nod. Her answer has not changed. Most of my thralls would simply call their children from their cell phones, but these two left them at their home when invited for dinner. A shocking display of manners in the society we live in. Shocking and irritating. I could send them back to their home, but my thralls do not excel at deception. Patience is better. The daughter will come, and the daughter will have a phone capable of calling the son. And if she does not, then I will send these two back to simply kill them. No mistakes, not until my enemies are dead and buried. The demon laughs, its hot breath hitting the back of my neck for only a moment. Poor little Caleb, blind to possibility, can't imagine his failings, can't escape perfect symmetry, was offered advantage, absolution, and clarity. Poor little Caleb, sublime hilarity. Not until all my enemies are dead and buried. The demon most of all. Tuesday, October 30th, Chapter 81, Mia. I hate being called princess. Dad used to call me that, and so, sure, I can't get him to stop calling me Camia, but at least he stopped calling me princess after I stomped on his toe. When I told Kaylee the toe story, she was all agape, because that's what her mouth did, gape, and also all aghast because it means the same thing as a gape, but only sometimes. Kaylee said I was crazy to stomp my dad's toe, and that it was disrespectful and not ladylike, and blah blah blah, all that nonsense about the God-attained place of men and women that Kaylee's parents are always going on about. My dad just laughed and stopped calling me princess. I had actually forgotten about that until Franky insisted on changing the name of the character that was supposed to be me to Princess Almada. But did I throw a tantrum? No. I'm too, adult to be bothered by Franky's little immature jokes. I even refused to let Reid change it when he got all defensive for me, and now I refuse to let people forget Almada is a princess. But I am not a princess. The thing is, it sure feels like that when being carried by Stygian Knight over fences and rooftops. At first, I threw my arms around his neck so I could at least feel like I was holding on to him instead of him holding on to me, but the smooth, black, not skin exactly, but exterior of his robot body was too hard to hold on to without lacing my fingers together, and that really hurt every time we landed. I'm also pretty sure I broke one of my fingers. The important one. But that's fine. I mean, it hurts, but it's one more broken finger added to the first zombie we see. Anyway, he's just carrying me in his arms now like a stupid princess. It's still fun, like a carnival ride. Only none of the tiny carnivals that come to our town have anything like this. We mostly just get the tilt-a-whirl and the one that makes you stick to the wall because of gravity. It's like a personal roller coaster that's also a haunted house because of all the Halloween decorations that whip out at us out of nowhere. People have more up than yesterday, which is weird because if you've got a whole section of your garage devoted to blow up skeletons and vampires and stuff, why wait until the day before Halloween to inflate them in your yard? Just so you can take them down in 2 days? That's crazy. At least, whoa, Reid just punctured a giant Snoopy. Who cares? Snoopy isn't even scary. We've stopped. We're here. In position. I can't tell if I'm scared or not. It has to be tonight. We all agreed on that. No one really thinks we're ready. Except Thomas, of course. But no matter what house Caleb is in, we can't wait for all those kids to come to the door. It's like, trick or treat, they'd say. And now you're my slave, he'd say. Yeah, we couldn't wait. And this is the rich neighborhood too, so lots of poorer kids get driven up here to hit the houses with the good candy. Reid changes back into his normal form, and I hand him my backpack of sandwiches. We sit on the roof and eat for a few minutes. I see your sister. Should I turn back? Reid asks before jamming the second half of a sandwich in his mouth. The woman who Franky has chosen to look like is walking slowly. Reid has time, I think, shaking my head at him. Poco, do you think you could tell Franky she can pick up the pace? It's not like they're real zombies. She looks weird.
This one can do as you ask, Mia, though this one is not sure if it is rational to offer assistance free without a trade.
It's just like Luke said before.
Luke does not like this one, and this one does not like Luke.
Yeah, sure, he's rude, but you know he's right. If you like trading, then you don't want people you can trade with to die and stuff. And Caleb? Reid frowns at me. Fine, Mindbreaker. Mindbreaker is going to kill us if we don't stop him. Reid swallows. It's not like we're asking you for free powers, Poco. Just project to Franky so we can talk to each other. We'll do the rest. You said you would do it before.
This one told you it was possible to do so, not that this one was willing. But the logic of Luke is sound. I will project to Franky now.
Reid changes back into Stygian Knight as Franky adjusts her walking to be more, natural and stuff. I've never met Amber's mom, but Franky has, and both her and Amber thought the disguise was solid. And Two Flowers was able to confirm Zombie Mom's outfit on recon earlier. We're ready. This will work. It has to. Chapter 82. Franky. It's not too late to go back to my first plan. The plan nobody else knows about. Well, I guess Two Flowers does. And probably Poco. But no one else. As far as I can tell, the Wisps have kept it a secret. Step 1. Reid rips out Mia's tongue. Yeah, Disgusting, I know, but it's the fastest way to do it. Step 2. Mia shoots her injury into Caleb, making it impossible for him to talk. Step 3. There is no step 3. Well, no step 3 for Mia or I to worry about. Let Luke and Thomas handle it after that, I suppose. It's a good plan, a smart plan, but it's a plan that puts Mia in danger, and even if it works perfectly, Mia would always know the pain of having her tongue ripped out, and know that Reid did it, and know that I thought it up. And it's my job to protect Mia from that. Reid too, but mostly my sister. That's why I'm here. Protect my sister. Repeat it. Protect Mia. Protect Mia.
Franky, Mother says that Grandmother is leaving the business which sells food products. She will have, at lowest estimate, 15 minutes in traffic. It is possible that Caleb requested she visit an additional location.
But I can't count on it. I think back at him.
Franky, this one also has a message. Mia believes you are not walking correctly. Her criticism is that you are shambling. Shambling is the incorrect mode of locomotion for this disguise. This one has fulfilled its request and is returning to Mia.
I think thanks to Poco, but if she hears me, she doesn't respond. Two Flowers conveys his desire of success and tells me he is going. I'm on my own. 15 minutes. I approach the Hendersons' house. Strange to think that Caleb only moved across the street after Thomas and Reid first attacked him. Strange to think he was in the house when the police came to talk to the Hendersons about their son dying at the vigil. There might be police inside the house right now. Luke thought there would be, and Amber agreed. It seems stupid to me. I would never risk controlling police beyond telling them that they believed me and didn't think any further investigation was necessary. Let them go back after that. Cops going missing or acting weird would be too suspicious for the other cops, right? Then Amber told us about her visit from the Oni. We went over everything it said, every poem, every laugh. Even Luke was convinced it was trying to tell Amber something. If it was lying to trick us, then why make it such a puzzle? Almost to the door. I can see 4 people looking out various windows. If I didn't believe it before, I would now. Mindbreaker headquarters. I walk to the door, neither fast nor slow, grab the handle, and open without knocking. None of the window watchers turns to look at me as I enter. They continue to stare out onto the street. There are people everywhere, adults and children. Some stand and some sit, but none are sitting on chairs or couches. Whatever furnishings the front living room used to have, it's empty now. Empty except zombies. As I move slowly through, trying not to look around, one suddenly stands. I feel my heart skip a beat. Did Caleb anticipate me? Did this one have instructions to stop me? No. The young woman, late 20s I think, is merely headed to the bathroom. I hope she's a little overweight. I hope she's not pregnant. I force myself not to look. Please don't let her be pregnant. They were right. We were right. The message the Oni was trying to get to Amber was that Caleb traded away his imagination. He can't predict what we're doing because he can't put himself in our shoes. I keep my breathing steady as I can, using my nose so it's not obvious, I hope. Down the hall, I see a door with 2 police officers standing in front of it. They are holding their guns, but not pointing them at me. Not the first people in the house to be holding guns, but the first that are likely standing in my way. Do I talk to them, or do I just try and walk through? Without his imagination, Caleb would have kept his orders simple. Luke thinks that he will have given orders to all his zombies not to impede the others. Amber was a little more hesitant on this point, a little more worried she was going to give me bad advice. She loves me. So does Thomas. He told me last night. I said it back, of course. Boys expect you to. While we were kissing afterward, I couldn't stop thinking about Amber. Not thinking about kissing her, as much as I might want to be able to return her feelings. I was thinking about how she must feel knowing that I'm here taking all the risks. Her, Thomas, Mia. They must all be worried to distraction. Was it selfish to focus on protecting Mia and forcing all of them to sit and worry about me? I'm at the door. I don't speak, or slow, or breathe. The white cop moves, and the black cop opens the door for me. There are stairs leading down. I'm through before I breathe again, grasping the railing firmly in one hand to steady my feet. I can make out talking below. Send them another text message. We need them all in one place. Caleb. I'll never forget his voice. She's not online. She won't see it. I can't put a face to this one. Female. Young, I think. Familiar. Not Amber's mom, obviously. She's at least 15 minutes away. More like 10 now. I focus on the carpet. Kind of a off-white base with scattered colored threads. It's gray now, of course, from dirt. But there are enough clean areas left that you can tell it was whiter when they put it in. I slide my hand into the kangaroo pouch of my hoodie as I reach the final steps, getting a grip on the gun Thomas gave me. I know the safety is already off. My power cloaks my entire outfit, covering it with an image of the clothes Amber's mom is wearing. The hoodie wasn't ideal for carrying a gun with its safety off, but it's less suspicious. Victoria's cardigan pockets look about the same with my hand in them. Some of the other clothes we tried ruined the illusion. I step off the final step, slide my finger into the trigger, and turn a corner into the room Caleb's voice is coming from. He's sitting on the couch with his back to me, 3 zombies standing at rapt attention. One of them is Allison from Mia's D&D group. Freeze, Caleb orders without turning around. Tell me why you are here. I am here to kill you, I hear myself say. At the same time, 3 other voices call out, to serve you. Now Caleb turns to look at me. Allison's eyes are red. Tears begin streaming down them. He laughs. You were right, Miss Patterson. They did send Tabitha in disguise. He meets my gaze. You will do nothing to harm me. You will do nothing without being told to do so first, with the following exceptions. 1. You will excuse yourself to the bathroom before you make a mess. 2. You will protect me if you believe me to be in danger. 3. You will kill anyone you see who poses a threat to me. Say, yes, master. Yes, master. Good. Now let's see which one of them you are. Chapter 83. Caleb. The lying girl looks better now than she did when she first came to my door. She looks afraid. And, of course, she can lie to me no longer. I have my oldest and most reliable thrall show her how to put the safety on her firearm, but let her continue to hold it. I want her to be thinking about why I allow her to hold it, and what I might order her to do with it. The others, my enemies, where are they? Mia and Reid are close by watching this house. Amber is following her mother. Luke is with Thomas so that he doesn't come after me. Why would this Amber be following her mother? My disguise. She's Amber's mother. That's how we knew who I should look like. Damn it. I should have sent them home to collect or kill their children after all. An oversight. One I will rectify the next time it happens. And not of consequence. I send a thrall to summon the African father. Go, kill your children, I tell him. His eyes blaze in a struggle he cannot win as he turns to do my bidding. Wait, cancel that order. I need to think. I have their assassin. There is no need to be hasty. What will your friends do when you do not return? Plan B. And what is Plan B? The girl actually smiles at this. They didn't tell me. Then they planned for her to fail. It makes sense. She has had little value to them since I first saw her, a liability. How long will they wait to see whether or not you succeeded? I demand. They won't. Explain yourself clearly. They already know. Amber sent 2 flowers to watch me. Explain 2 flowers. 2 flowers is a wisp. Amber has adopted him, so he is more helpful than the others. Explain Wisp. The creatures that make trades. There is more than one? I ask her, but I already know the answer. Of course there is more than one. Another of them came to talk to me, and I was too blind to see it.
Heaven from all creatures hides the book of fate. All the page prescribed their present state. From brutes what men, from men what spirits know, or who could suffer being here below.
What? I stammer as the demon laughs. The lying girl answers. It's a poem, Alexander Pope. We did it freshman year. Damn your poems, demon. Girl, you will tell me where to find your friends, and we will go there and kill them together. Follow. I beckon my 2 champions to heal and climb the stairs to select others needed from my army. I only know where they are meeting. Why only that? I demand. Because, she smiles. I'm pretty sure it's a trap. Chapter 84. Luke. I can't seem to let go of the steering wheel. My hands are sweaty. I should wipe them off. Better to have dry hands for what comes next. If it comes. I want to trust Franky, like Grace said. I want to trust that she can do this herself, that her plan, her leadership will be what ends this for us. But I can't. I know in my heart of hearts that it's going to come down to the plan I came up with. That it will be me that dooms us or saves us. Grace was right. I don't really trust Franky. I don't really trust any of them. Thomas hits the seek button again on the radio, searching for a better station. I miss the Civic, he explains. At least the Civic had XM radio. How can you be so calm about this? Seriously? Come on, Lukey. I know you're stressed, but there's no way you've forgotten. He's grinning at me, but it looks forced. It has to be forced. Yes, I know you can't feel fear, but she's your girlfriend now. You have to feel something. He shrugs. I don't know what I feel, Lukey. Not really sure I ever did. I know that I care more about Franky than just about anyone I remember caring about. And I know, like, in my head, that she could die tonight, but my brain also tells me that anyone can die at any time, you know? Yeah, but it's different. Sure, I guess, but... He's quiet for a second. You know your Uncle Lee? Yes, what about him? Well, he knows he probably won't make back the money he feeds into those machines, right? The Keno machines? He plays the poker ones. Whatever he plays. He knows that they're never going to pay out as much as he puts in. He knows that. Dude, gambling is an addiction. He does not know that. He 100% thinks he's going to get rich and retire. But not off the machines. It's the lotto he believes in. The machines are just, they're there because you have to wait for the lotto. How did Thomas drag me into a conversation about my uncle? Sure, it's an addiction, but that's because it works. Sometimes he hits the numbers or cards or whatever, and the music plays and the lights blink, and he's a winner. And maybe if someone told him that video games exist, he wouldn't need to get that feeling from the machines, but that's what he's paying for. Victory. I snort. He's also paying for the complimentary beer. You get it. Thomas grabs my shoulders and squeezes. It's tender, not the punches we usually trade. He squirms in his seat and pulls out his flask. He knows it makes me uncomfortable, so he never offers me any, but I still see him use it from time to time when he thinks I'm not watching. This was the same. And I'm not saying I used to be an alcoholic, like your uncle. Dude, Lee's an alcoholic. Let it pass, not the point. Anyway, I wasn't. His brow furrows up. I don't think I was. Doesn't matter. What matters is that whenever I feel super down, like a failure, a total loser, etc., I would pull this baby out and take a little drink. Yum yum, Malibu rum. Wait, isn't that the girl rum? Exactly. I mean, it's not gendered or anything, but it is sweeter and lower in alcohol. See, I wasn't trying to get drunk and forget my problems. I was just trying to feel cooler, I guess? Not for other people, just for myself. A little bit of victory, just like your uncle. Give me that, I say, holding out my hand. I could use some of that feeling. Sure, he says, handing it over. But it's empty. I dumped it out after my first date with Franky. I stare at him for a second, then hand back the bottle. Then I wipe the sweat off my hands. At least Thomas's stupid metaphor got my hands off the steering wheel. The first drops of rain hit the windshield. They're predicting more than a few drops tonight. I don't see what any of this has to do with you not being sick out of your mind with what Franky is doing right now. Thomas laces his fingers behind his head and tilts it up toward the ceiling of the truck. A commercial for auto insurance comes on the radio. She told me she loved me last night, Lukey. She loves me. I think I get it. A taste of victory? All I need, he says, eyes closed and smiling.
Mindbreaker saw through her disguise, Mother says.
Ignore that one. Your friend is imperiled. You now desire to trade with this one. As so outlined in your plan, this one will make the crucial trade which will end your problems. Trade.
Here we go. Hands back on the wheel. Thanks for your help, boys, but don't freak him out. Lukey needs to concentrate. Thomas touches my shoulder again. Are you sure you don't want me to drive? No, thanks. I still think fear is a pretty important emotion to have when driving. The thump of Amber landing in the truck bed is nerve-wracking, even though I knew to expect it. I wait for her to crouch down with a thumbs up before pulling out of the parking lot. XM radio or not, I'm glad we're not in the Civic. Thomas agrees. Yeah, I don't think the undercarriage would be able to handle the terrain. Still, though, I reach up and turn off the radio, catching the time on the digital readout. 12:07. It's past midnight. Happy Halloween. You've just listened to part 13 of Will of the Wisps, chapters 79 through 84 of 108 chapters. That's right, we're halfway done. The book is finished, but I'm still looking for a literary agent and publisher. So if you know one, or you are one, please reach out to me at this channel. It's just me, so you'll definitely get me. And if you're not one, please share, like, and honestly, comments. That's the most important thing. I really want to get this ready for publication, so comments are king. Don't hold back. Thank you very much.